Welcome back. And I wish I wasn't posting this video because little Ezra here and I are in the children's hospital because little dude decided to freak mommy out greatly by having a full-blown seizure. And he does not have any special needs or any reason to be having a seizure. He was not sick. He did not have a fever. He was fine and playing, and then he was shaking all over, and it wasn't breathing. It was very scary. It was very scary, Ezra. I thought he was choking. I did not realize it was a seizure. But we have cameras in our public areas of our house, and my husband was able to, on my way to the ER, he got on the phone and reviewed the footage from what had happened and cut it to a smaller, like, close-up view and then sent it to me on my phone so when I got here I could show the doctors. And yeah, it was a full-blown seizure and it was scary. And now he's screaming so loud to show off his voice because he's loud and acting totally fine. He's about to have an EEG. We spent the night here, they monitored him, but now we're doing the actual brain monitoring in the morning. So yeah, he had an IV, but he ripped it out because he's talented like that. Yeah, he's talented like that. That's right. I hope we get answers from EEG, but they said we might not. If there's nothing on there, then they might not know. He might just have had one and never have one again, and they don't know, which is scary to me because it was absolutely traumatic. I'll show you the video of just the part where he was seizing, but it doesn't show what happened afterwards when I'm working on him because that was just so hard for me to watch, and I just can't even. So yeah, here's the seizure. So as you can see, Luca was holding him. He was playing, trying to grab Judah's sword. And then he turned to Luca. Luca said his face was terrified. He looked scared, and then he just started shaking. And then she yelled for me to come get him. I thought he had something in his mouth. He was choking. I said, what's in his mouth? He's choking. I took him and did the infant Heimlich on him because he wasn't breathing. And then he started breathing, but it was like an like that. And I kept checking his mouth and checking his nose. And it was so scary, Ezra. It's so much scary. If only we understood Ezra. Can I talk now? Okay, so yeah, it was very scary, traumatic, and I'm still shaken up. Last night when the little bits of sleep I got were just dreams that he was having more seizures. It was scary. So we'll find out what happens from this test that he's about to get. This is currently my baby. He is squealing so loud. I could hear him down the hall when I got Cassie. Exactly. Yes. And he has got so much to say. Did you like your toy back? We're waiting to get his EEG. Figure out why you had a seizure, buddy. Because that was scary. Oh. Tell me about it. Okay, so we are home from the hospital. It is incredibly sunny. Sorry about that, but this is the only quiet place because my house is very, very loud right now. So, I'm still trying to process everything that happened. It was just absolutely traumatically scary when it happened, and then we spent 24 hours in the hospital, and that was grueling and exhausting because, of course, they wake you up every half an hour. We didn't even go to sleep until after 1 because we didn't even get put in a room until 11, and then they wanted to do an IV, and they what is it called? Blew out 2 of his veins, and then got the 3rd IV in, which then in the morning was found to be completely out, even though it was under all this casing and protective stuff. This is completely pointless IV because it wasn't even in, but he screamed and cried, and it was just took forever. And then in the morning, we waited forever for them to take us to go do the test that they wanted to do, which was an EEG, where they put stickers all over his head. They wheeled us over to the building where you do outpatient stuff. They didn't even do it in the room, which is weird because when Hezekiah had his huge seizure after a surgery, they did his EEG in the room over a period of like 3 hours. And here with Ezra, they carted us over to the outpatient building, and then did like a short, I would think it was relatively short, it was maybe 40 minutes long. It took longer to put all the electrodes on his hair than it did to do the test. But yeah, that was there. I'll show you what I got from that. What are you doing, buddy? What are you doing? His face. You're hilarious. Like, I woke up to this. So we were taken in a little like wagon across the hospital, to the Considine building, where he got an EEG, and he still has sticky stuff all in his hair. He really would like to eat the phone, but we're waiting on the doctor to tell us the results. Yeah, that's right. Isn't that right? Isn't that right? He has a new tooth. Show me your tooth. Yeah, it's so cute. Yeah. So, yeah, we'll see. I do not want to be here today. I mean, obviously, I don't want to be here because I don't want Mary to be sick, but it is also Judah's birthday today. It was his 6-month birthday yesterday, and today is Judah's 5-year-old birthday, and I'm missing it, and it sucks. So, yeah, I hope we get to go soon. Right. He's eating his foot. The monitor. So tasty. So after we got back to the room, we waited for almost 2 hours to get the results, which was very frustrating. I finally went out and I said, look, find me a doctor because I'm tired of waiting. I want to know what the results are. And so neurology came in. Actually, 5 doctors came in. The neurologist and like his entourage, I guess they're all learning. It's funny, the neurologist that we got is actually Hezekiah's neurologist. And I reminded him, you see my other son? And when I reminded him of who he was, he actually remembered him. I guess he's memorable because he's so cute. But he said that the EEG was totally normal. And what they are giving him a diagnosis of was not, he watched the video and he, listened to everything I said. He had already reviewed all the EEG. And he said, from looking at the video and the EEG, he was diagnosing him with what was either called a BRUE, which is a brief, resolved, unexplained event, or they also used to call it an ALTE, which is an apparent life-threatening event. So, and the cause is most likely GERD, which is like gastroesophageal reflux disease, I think. I don't know if I got that right because I didn't write that one down. But I actually didn't know he had GERD on his diagnosis list. I had told the pediatrician a long time ago that he pukes all the time, because he does. Often. He spits up little bits, lots of bits, whatever, depending on how much I feed him or what time of day it is, he'll spit up. And the pediatrician had said, it's no big deal. We don't even give a diagnosis. We definitely don't give meds. Doesn't matter unless it's causing them to not gain weight or causing them apparent pain. And since he was always happy when he puked, I didn't even know she wrote anything down on the chart, but apparently she gave him a GERD diagnosis. So the doctor pointed out he has a GERD diagnosis. We assume that this was GERD related, like something, they don't know why it happens, but a baby will just stop breathing and have what looks like a seizure, but it is not a seizure. It's not accompanied with the discharges in the brain. But it looks like a seizure, It scares parents a lot. It causes a lot of hospital admissions. But he said, basically he's fine. They don't know if it'll happen again. They don't do anything for it. He said if he does it again, to get a video again and bring him to the hospital. So, yeah, it took me 3 days to post this part of the video just because I'm processing. It was just so much trauma response from me, from having lost a baby, and then it was just terrifying. It was terrifying. And watching the video all the way through, the parts that I didn't show you, like me working on him, giving him Heimlich, trying to get him to breathe, I had to watch it to make sure see if there's anything else that I missed to tell the doctors about. But it was like, it just brought up all the feelings and yuckiness from like Aquila dying, and it's just a lot. And this is only a couple days after our foster daughter was moved, and that has been incredibly emotionally difficult for me. I miss her a lot, and I really did not approve of the move, and it was very devastating for our whole family. So this was just a lot to process to come and finish. See, even trying to talk about it days later, I'm like tearing up because it was a lot. I'm really glad he's okay. But it was really scary. So if you are watching this video because you were looking up the tags that I'm putting in here for the ALT or the BRUE, then you know exactly how scary this is, because you've probably had this happen to your kid. It is terrifying. And I wish I had better answers for you. I wish the doctors had better answers for me as to how to prevent it, but there aren't any. So just know I feel you, and I get how scary it is. And here's some more cute Ezra, just to, you know, remind you how adorable he is and how much we love him. Thanks, guys.
Hey, don't take the boy from me!
But he's so excited, Judah. He wants the Not a Baby toys. They're the amazingest baby toys you ever saw. His whole body and his whole face have changed completely with this thing he shouldn't have.